Ooh, hello, you little eel lovers. Welcome to the show. It's still Japanuary. We're still talking about strange movies from Japan. If you don't know what Japanuary is, watch that New Year's Japanuary video that I made. I explain everything there. Today we will just talk about movies like we usually do. So what does Japan do differently? Actually, nothing. And at least for me, for you maybe. But anyway, today I want to talk about two strange movies that are somehow weirdly opposites to each other. I don't know. That's my thesis for today. We're talking about Oppai Volleyball and Oh My Zombie Mermaid. And I think let's start with Oh My Zombie Mermaid. It's the less interesting movie, I think. It's the less enjoyable. It's a very strange movie. So basically, first it's a movie by Naoki Kudo and Teri Ito, who haven't done really anything else. And there's I think maybe he's an actual wrestler in the lead role. That's Shinya Hashimoto. Yes. And there's some other people and there, some other wrestlers and stuff. Not so important. The thing is with this movie, the main idea is super normal. There's a wrestler and there's a big accident in his house. His wife gets badly injured. She needs to be hospitalized, gets some expensive treatment, and he thinks like he needs to have this house. Like his wife always wanted a house for the family, so he tries to rebuild the house. So he gets in a lot of debt and stuff like that, and he ends up getting talked into some crazy illegal fighting stuff by a TV producer who wants to make the new big hit TV show. And that sounds very normal. We've seen so many movies where some athletes or fighters get dragged into illegal fighting because for some reason similar to this, and it's a very common theme. And yeah, how do you make it interesting? First, he's a wrestler, so in wrestling there's deathmatch wrestling, so usually there are no rules and a lot of violence and light tubes and, I don't know, thumbtacks and cuts and whatever. People get pretty nastily hurt and it's very often not very enjoyable to watch, even though in the best cases they're professionals and they know what they're doing and they don't get hurt in life-threatening ways. They are no, it's not always like that. A lot of crazy people do that too. So anyway, that's something you can put him into and that would still be fine. Like, that's kind of sport that exists, even if you disagree with it, it exists. Not so crazy, I guess. But yeah, you can take the term a little bit too literal and make it like really like deadly, and you can put in some crazy people who are more like zombie-like, or I don't know, just big strong people who like to throw others through walls, or electrocution, or one has like powers or whatever, weird stuff. And so that's one aspect. And of course you could put in a Zombie Mermaid. I'm not sure if she's actually a zombie because she never really died, but yeah, anyway, the wife turns into a mermaid for whatever reason. You don't really need it, and it's just something that happens to make it weirder. And in a way, I think there are two things that come together that makes this movie a little bit not as good as it could be. One aspect is that I'm not sure if there are like debut directors who just go crazy and be like, let's put everything we like in there, or every idea we have in there, because who knows if we will ever be able to make another movie. And that's not so rare. And yeah, maybe they just went a little bit overboard with the mixture. So that's one theory. I have the other one would be like, they tried really hard to be really weird and put in every strange idea they had, and in the end it's not even that strange. That's my big issue with it. It tries very hard to be over the top and crazy and fun, and it's still fun. It's a fine, enjoyable movie, but I would say it needs some more like eccentric ideas. Like the stuff here is pretty common for, I don't know, like low budget Japanese movie standards. There's nothing really surprising, shocking, whatever. It's a fine, okay movie, and it's a little bit too well done almost. Like, of course, the fights are pretty good. I think they had Kenji Tanigaki, who worked on a lot of good stuff, especially in Hong Kong, worked with Donnie Yen, and here for example in Raging Fire he did the action for the last two Rurouni Kenshin movies. All that stuff. He did a lot of good stuff. So good dude for action, and of course that's fine. That works well. They have no idea about wrestling. That looks like anything but wrestling, and it's very funny how this wrestling group that the main character is the boss of travels by a little truck with their 5 or 6 wrestlers, but when they have an event, they're like a lot of people and everybody's like super hyped. I don't know, it looks much bigger than it is, and once they get in slight financial trouble, they're like, okay, we are broke and we can't. It doesn't really add up like the presentation of the shows that look really, really big. And the guy is like a superstar and or seemingly really rich, but they travel by a tiny truck, and it's just a strange. So anyway, there's just I don't know. It doesn't really work. It's for as serious as it takes itself, it's not dramatic enough. I don't mind mixing hilarious insanity with more serious story elements, but then you must give it some emotional core, like this whole relationship between the protagonist and his wife is just, there's the wife's sister, played by Sonim Idol, who was in Hanging Garden by Toshiaki Toyoda. And she's somehow in love with the protagonist, and some dude who wants to be a wrestler is in love with her. And there's this really weird scene where the protagonist is really upset about the whole situation, and she comes and says, "Oh, I will give you some calm." I don't know if that's even a sentence, but who cares? I will calm you down. And she takes off her top and just starts biting him. So if you just want to bite him, why do you take off your top? I don't know. I mean, maybe breasts are very calming. I don't know. It's weird and somehow not weird enough, and somehow like it tries so many things and nothing works 100%. It all works well enough to be enjoyable. You even get some commentary on media, like the TV guy is being told that it's too violent and he can't show that. He says, but the ratings are great, and they always keep telling me they need better ratings and stuff. It's TV is evil, TV makes this kind of stuff happen, and yet it's all there, it all works to a certain degree, but it's all somehow half-hearted and doesn't work well enough. So it feels like you have this very normal story that gets put into the crazy trash mixer and a blender, and doesn't really blend all that well. Like, yeah, they tried and failed, and now we come to my thesis with the opposite movie. Oppai Volleyball sounds like the worst sleazy trash in the world. If you don't know, Oppai means boobs, and volleyball is volleyball, if you didn't know that. And I mentioned it in the episode about Route 29 because Haruka Ayase plays the lead role in both movies, and I was a little bit confused. Why would she be in a movie that's called Oppai Volleyball, in some sleazy, potentially direct-to-video trash movie? And I mean, what's your first idea? The new year starts, you have the first movie that should be locked to Letterboxd. Of course you watch Oppai Volleyball. Why not? And I start this movie and I notice that's a really big budget movie. It's somehow Warner Brothers and Nippon Television and whatever. It's like, what? What's going on here? And then I checked the director. That's Eiichiro Hasumi, who has done some big movies. He did the Assassination Classroom movies. He did the Resident Evil Infinite Darkness and Death Island. He did some other, like, quite big movies, and okay, that's weird. And on top of it all, it's a period piece. It's set in the 70s. That probably cost more money than it should. And yeah, so what's the story about this movie? It's teacher who comes to a school and says, here, my favorite book is Dote, and I hope she loves Dote, and Dote means virgin. Yeah, so the junior high school, so all the junior high school boys are like, oh my god, nosebleed, she loves virgins, because I don't know that it's actually another word that she's referring to. She's talking about a poem about the paths in life that are still not there, while the path behind, like the path in front of you is still not there, but the path behind you is made. So keep going in uncertain directions or something like that. But they just hear this virgin and she loves virgins, and they get horny, and these boys are all members of the volleyball club, but they never play because they have one member. They need one more member, so they just spend time together doing weird stuff, like if you drive your bicycle fast enough and you put up your hands, it feels like a certain size of breasts and all this stuff. So they're very, very obsessed with breasts. And why not if you're a junior high school student? Yeah. Anyway, this new teacher gets the mission to take care of this volleyball club, and she believes they actually play, and when she finds out that they don't play, she somehow gets into the weird situation where she agrees to show them her breasts if they win a match at the next tournament. So that motivates them and gives them hope to finally see some oppai. Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's like the super sleazy, very 70s, 80s idea put into a very big mainstream movie, which is on the one hand completely ridiculous because at some point she gets very obsessed that her breasts are not her own. They belong to the volleyball club, and she has some responsibility to take care of them, which is why she can't let any other man touch them or something like that. So, and she plays it completely straight. There's no sense of irony or something. It's completely serious, this whole stuff, and the whole story is very, very serious because it's a very nice zero to hero sports film, and it just works perfectly well, and there's some very beautiful shots, and it's well done, and it's just a good like school sports movie, how the loser team suddenly becomes more respected and popular. And of course there's some problem with this promise that she made. Of course she gets in trouble because of that, and there's a little backstory for her, why she even became a teacher and all these things, and it's all very cute and works really, really well. Like, this is seriously the opposite of that mermaid movie, because you have a lot of things that shouldn't work here, but they work perfectly fine. Where there you have a lot of stuff that should easily work but doesn't work at all, or not really well, and it's just so strange that this movie exists and functions. I can't believe that this would be made today. I mean, it's from 2009. Yeah, I think nowadays it would be completely impossible, but yeah, it's a cute, heartwarming movie, and it's really, really good and well done, and I made fun of it because must be a sleazy trash movie, but it's not at all. It's good, and I don't know what happened here. A really, really nice, fun movie. Watch it if you get a chance. Why not? Much better than Oh My Zombie Mermaid. And there's not a single naked breast in the movie. It's a completely safe entertainment. So, yeah, whatever happened here, watch it. Have a nice day. See you. Bye.